Linda Ronstadt talked about the formation of the band The Eagles.
And then they just come and play with me, and then...
Was the Eagles in Glenn and Don's mind at that point? Were they thinking about, was Glenn thinking about putting the Eagles together at that point?
Well, what happened then was Glenn and John David Souther were together. They were called Longbridge Penny Whistle. And then J.D. was breaking that up to go on as a single on his own. And Glenn was just kind of left with nothing to do. And I thought Glenn was so good, you know. I mean, I just thought he was great. And I told him that he was a hot shot, you know, and that he should come on the road with me, but I knew that it wouldn't last. I mean, I never even tried to make him think that that was what I was looking for. You know, I said, you're going to do something someday, but in the meantime, you're starving to death. Why don't you come and play music with me? We'll have a great time. And then I found Don from this band called Shiloh. I heard him playing at the Troubadour. They heard me. They heard a record of mine they really liked, and they came to L.A. to cut a record, and I heard them. They were playing my version of Silver Threads and Golden Needles, and the guitar player learned the solo note for note off the record. And I was just walking through the bathroom. You know, you had to go through the club to get to the bathroom from the bar, and I just went, what? That's, you know, it's that solo. I thought, God, what? You know, I was appalled that anyone would actually sit down with one of my records and learn the solo off. You know, like a Led Zeppelin record or something. You know, I mean, the guys in my band do that all the time. So. And I heard the drummer, and I thought he was really good. In fact, I tried to get the whole band at that point, but I don't know what happened. Something happened. But so Glenn and Don were roommates together on the road in their motels, you know, and they would sing. I didn't know Don could sing at that time. I just knew he was a great drummer. And Glenn found out that he could sing, and it was like a secret. They called him the secret weapon. No one had heard him sing. He was very shy. Don is incredibly shy. He was so cute. And he found out that and Don really loved playing music with Glenn. Glenn's very dynamic. He has a great sense of the groove, you know. He's a real groove guitar player. In fact, he can sit and make great music just by clapping his hands and singing, you know. He's one of those kind of people. And so, and Glenn and Don both wrote, you know, at that time. So they started talking about putting a band together, and we told them they should get Bernie Ledden. And they thought that was a good idea. And then my manager at the time, John Boylan, had worked a lot with Randy Meisner because he produced some Ricky Nelson records. And he told them they should get Randy Meisner to play bass, and they thought that was a good idea. And they put this band together, and it was like people in love. It was the greatest thing to see that band when they first formed. You know, they were so happy. They loved to play music with each other, and it was so good. The vocals were just, they're still great vocally. I think that band has not ever realized its full vocal potential on a record, but you hear it in concert. I mean, they're stunning, you know. They're great the way they sing together.